Cosmic rays with the atmosphere should mostly decay before reaching Earth's surface, but yet we detect a lot of them down here because their crazy fast speed literally means that from our perspective, their physics runs according to a slower clock, and to them, the distance they have to cover to the surface during their short lives is, from their perspective, much, much shorter than it appears to us. If you were a cosmic ray proton traveling at 99.99999999991% the speed of light, Earth would appear to be only 17 meters thick in the direction you traveled. So Earth is flat to them, but round to us. It is ball-shaped to some observers and flat to others. There doesn't appear to be a single most correctest in all circumstances answer. Susan Hack compares knowledge to a crossword puzzle. New answers interweave with old ones. They all reinforce one another. The clues are the questions we ask, and the way the answers fall into a predetermined grid, well, that's our confidence that we're on the right track. But that doesn't mean that one day there will be a finished puzzle, a complete answer. Recall the New York Times' famous 1996 crossword puzzle that came out the day before the US election between Bill Clinton and Bob Dole. The clue for 39 across was pretty crazy. You seemed to need to be able to tell the future to answer it correctly. It simply said, lead story in tomorrow's newspaper, blank elected. Well, that blank could be Clinton or Bob Dole. And who's to say which one until tomorrow? There's no way to know. But as it turned out, the answer was Clinton or Bob Dole. No matter which you wrote in, all the other clues fit. For instance, a black Halloween animal could either be a cat or a bat. Our knowledge about the outside world might be the same. A puzzle with no answer key, just the reassurance that the answers we think we know fit together, so they're probably correct, though there's always the possibility that the answer to one clue or all of them will fundamentally not have a single definite satisfying answer. The puzzle may be playable forever. I like what Richard Feynman says about this. Some people say, how can you live without knowing? I do not know what they mean. I always live without knowing. That is easy. How you get to know is what I want to know. You know? And as always, thanks for watching.
I was on fucking mute. Fuck's sake. So, I'll reiterate what I said. That was Vsauce and his views on the flat earth. Some good stuff in there, can't fault that. But where we lie, me and my brothers, is in the firmament. Now the firmament is a dome. Could be glass, could be force field, we wouldn't know. Wouldn't be able to tell you. But on the other side of it, some people say water, some people say hell, some people say heaven. Got another video for you on the firmament, and we'll get into things about the firmament after we've seen it.
Day 2 of creation often gets overlooked because of, well, the false heliocentric globe Earth model that has been pushed on us for several centuries. I'd like to spend some time discussing what took place on Day 2 and hopefully provide you with a better picture as to what exactly was created and why it's imperative to understand as a believer in the gospel of the kingdom of God. Stay tuned. We've all seen it, whether we have eyes to truly comprehend it or not. Our enemy likes to shroud the truth in plain sight, and has operated this way since the origination of the entertainment industry. Once you've waded through the deception, it becomes apparent that the subject matter relating to Day 2 of creation is a vital piece of the truth mosaic. Not only does eschatology come alive in a whole new way, but your appreciation and excitement about our enclosed Earth habitat does as well. To build on a foundation of context, let's start by taking a look at the very beginning of creation. Genesis 1, verses 1 and 2. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was moving over the surface of the waters. There are a couple of things I'd like to point out in these two introduction verses. The first is that, although verse 1 sounds like a summary statement of everything that God created from day 1 to day 6, I don't believe that to be the case. On day 1, Yahweh created the heavens, plural, where He and all the other spirit beings reside, the formless and void earth on our plane of existence, as well as all the waters. I'll expound on the significance of the plural heavens being made on day 1 after we've read a few other specific texts. The second thing to take note of is that the creation of the waters isn't specified in Genesis, even though it's obviously implied, as God's Spirit is said to have hovered over the surface of the waters. This is where a very revealing passage out of the companion book to Genesis, the Book of Jubilees, sheds some light on the specifics of what was directly created on day 1. Jubilees 2:2 says, "For on the first day He created the heavens which are above, and the earth, and the waters." Without the creation details found in Jubilees chapter 2, we wouldn't have the direct mention of the waters being created, as well as the locality of the created heavens above. Another exciting detail packed away in Jubilees chapter 2 is the mention of all the different angelic spirit beings created on day 1, which my Entertaining Angels video series will cover in great detail. We know that like all things, angels are created entities, but we aren't told which day they were created on in the Genesis account. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Book of Jubilees and its history, I highly recommend checking it out. Continuing on in Genesis, then God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." God made the firmament, and separated the waters which were below the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. God called the firmament...
See, even in the Bible, the firmament. And all these big corporations like NASA, they want us to believe that they've been to space. In one of the videos you can see where the rocket's going into space, you can see it hit the firmament and veers off to the side. If you ask me, it hit the firmament and then went round the top of the dome, like, you know, scratch along. Imagine crashing your car into the side of a wall and you just drag along the edge around the dome.
and heaven. And there was evening and there was morning, a second day. Here we have on the second day a particular structure being made, a structure called a firmament. The Hebrew word for firmament is rakia, Strong's number 7549. It's defined as being an extended surface or expanse and comes from the root word rakah, Strong's number 7554, which means to beat out, stamp, or spread out. As we can see here with the couple of verses on the right, it implies that what is being hammered, beaten, and spread out is a solid object. The firmament, or kia, is solid. The Book of Jubilees similarly records in Jubilees chapter 2 verse 4, "And on the second day he created the firmament in the midst of the waters, and the waters were divided on that day. Half of them went up above, and half of them went down below the firmament that was in the midst over the face of the whole earth. And this was the only work God created on the second day." We're informed that the firmament structure that was created on day 2 was placed in the midst of the waters that were created a day earlier. As a result of the installment of this physical firmament barrier, half of the waters went up above, and half of them went down below. Once again, we see the usage of directional terms being applied to what took place: water going up and water going down.
Just add a quick thing to add. Remember that whole fiasco with what's that brand called now? Balenciaga. They had that whole thing where they got done for something to do with kids or some shit. That whole sexual thing. But in every post they ever made, they made it clear what they was doing, but no one was none the wiser. The Truman Show, The Simpsons, what the guy even showed, Under the Dome. They're showing us what's going on, but not fully informing us. They're saying, yeah, look at this, watch this film. They're putting it out there that it's there, it's up there. But they don't want you to know, but they're telling you, so they're not lying to you. Misinformation, that's what they're doing.
Another fascinating parallel passage regarding the creation of the firmament can be found in the writings of Ezra, the prophet and priest. 2 Ezra 6:41 says, "Again, on the second day, you did create the spirit of the firmament, and did command him to divide and separate the waters, that one part might move upward, and the other part remain beneath." Did you notice how Ezra stated that God created the spirit of the firmament, and also referred to the firmament by using a masculine pronoun? Although this may be for another video, I think it's important to note that the firmament is much more than just a solid vault. If it is indeed crafted from spirit, it may be more than just a lifeless object. Continuing on in 2 Esdras, "It is he who searches the deep and its treasures, who has measured the sea and its contents, who has enclosed the sea in the midst of the waters, and by his word has suspended the earth over the water, who has spread out the heaven like an arch, and founded it upon the waters." Now we see Ezra describing heaven as being spread out like an arch and founded upon the waters. How can this be? Isn't heaven an ethereal, interdimensional habitation located outside of time and space? Hardly. I'd like to highlight an often overlooked detail found back in Genesis 1 verse 8. Not only are we introduced to the firmament structure itself, but we are also acquainted with the name that Yahweh gave the firmament. Its name? Heaven. The Hebrew word for heaven is Shemayim, Strong's number 8064, and can be defined as heaven and sky. It's a word that is used hundreds of times in the scriptures. If we check its further usage in the text analysis, we can see that the word Mayim, which is derived from Shemayim, is used 17 times to refer to the heavens in the Hebrew scriptures. What's the significance? Strong's number 4325, which is also the word Mayim, is defined as waters. Heaven, the name that was given to the firmament, has the concept of water built right into its name. How convenient, being that the firmament directly above our heads is holding up a sea of waters. Check out the following details that are recorded by Ezra in the rhetorical questions asked of him by an angel of God. 2 Ezra 4:7-8 says, "And he said to me, if I had asked you, how many dwellings are in the heart of the sea, or how many streams are at the source of the deep, or how many streams are above the firmament, or which are the exits of Sheol, or which are the entrances of paradise, perhaps you would have said to me, I never went down into the deep, nor as yet into Sheol, neither did I ever ascend into heaven." The prior verses inform us that there are streams of water above the firmament of heaven. And did you notice that the angel speaks of heaven and the firmament interchangeably? We have a second witness in this next passage out of the prayer of Azariah. Azariah, also known as Abednego, being one of the 3 Hebrews that was cast into the fiery furnace in Daniel chapter 3. Prayer of Azariah 1 verse 38 says, "Bless Yahweh, all you waters above the heaven. Sing praise to him, and highly exalt him forever." Jacob's son Levi records the following descriptions that he witnessed firsthand while being taken up in the Spirit to where the Most High dwells. "Then there fell upon me a sleep, and I beheld a high mountain, and I was upon it. And behold, the heavens were opened, and an angel of God said to me, Levi, enter. And I entered from the first heaven, and I saw there a great sea hanging. Levi confirmed that there is a great sea situated above the first firmament layer of heaven. Yes,
See that, guys? That was a good video. Right. Here we go. That guy told us a bit about the, the archaeological side of the Bible. Let's have a look at some other stuff.
There's actually 3 heavens mentioned in the Bible. First heaven, where the birds are. Second heaven, where the stars are. Third heaven, where God lives, apparently. The heavens, plural, declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Heavens. There are 3 of them now. In Genesis 1:1, there was only 1. He hadn't sliced it up yet. Anyway, and God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. What is this talking about? Water above the atmosphere? That's what it says, right? Psalm 148, praise him, ye waters that be. You mean there's some still there? Above the heavens, plural. Apparently, the earth was created in the water and out of the water, according to... There's actually 3 heavens meant...
See that, guys? That picture there is what the firmament looks like. And that, just by looking at it, that looks quite old. Obviously it's been put onto a computer and fucking put into this video. But that's clearly not made today. Look at it. Little rock in the middle. Give me 2 seconds and I'll find you something that might interest you. Right. Now this is what I believe the firmament looks like. A big glass dome, or water cover, or tarp, or whatever you want to call it. That what separates us from the water. I don't believe the stars here. The stars will be on the inside with the sun and the moon. On the outside is the water. Now the sun itself is on the inside, as I said, but the sun is hell. When you die and you're a bad person, if God's real, you'll be put into the sun or some shit like that. It's not all right in my head. I'm still piecing it all together, but I tell you, we will figure it out. So I would say let's watch this video here, what's behind the wall. But let's go to this guy's channel. 14.9 million views. I reckon this guy works for one of them big companies. You can't believe what you see on the internet. Right. How can you believe that this guy truly wants to tell you what's there? You can't. Now there's a guy called Billy Colson. He can't lie to you. If he was to lie to say, oh, the firmament's real, he says the firmament's real. He confirms quite a lot of stuff. He's a high scholar. If he was to do that, he would lose all of his stuff. He'd be a national laughingstock. So he's not going to lie to you. Chris, would you like to come on the thing and we can discuss the firmament? Did I actually? Yeah. Right. don't know what to do now. Let's think of something we can talk about, guys. Come on. Bit of input off yours. Nuts, mate. The Earth is cubed. This isn't fucking Minecraft, you fucking spanner. Yeah. Alright. Guys, we can't take any shit off this guy. Do you want to see what he looks like? Mr. Nuts. This is Mr. Nuts. Now, Mr. Nuts. I don't know what to say about you, Mr. Nuts. Something wrong in there. Something daily wrong with Mr. Nuts. Right, if anyone's got any inputs on what you want us to talk about, any conspiracies, drop them in the chat. The Earth is cubed. Bossman, let me have my opinion. Bossman, this isn't Minecraft. You know what, Nuts? I apologise, bud. Your opinion's valid. But what I need to know is where you derive this opinion from. I need to know where. I'm trying to prove that the Earth's flat and there's a firmament. Well, I shouldn't say not flat. I mean, it's not round. There's no roundness to it. Now, I give you the opportunity, my friend, to type up a message why you believe it's cubed. Send it in. I want to hear your opinion, Mr. Nutsack. And if you need an assist token, blood, well, you ain't getting one. Right. What's you wrote? What you wrote, Mr. Nuts? Let's have a look. The debate is between round or flat, so logically it's square. Well, I'll tell you now, mate, if you've got a missus, she wears the trousers in that relationship if you're fucking turning over like that. You're a square who thinks it's round. Now, if you ain't got no proper opinions on why you think it's square, tell me why logically it's square. And I'll tell you logically why it's not square. Well, in simpleton terms, shall I say. Stay out of my relationship. Relationship's one word. Boss man.
What do you say? Stay out of my relationship?
Yeah, just stay out of my relationship. Boss man. By the way you're typing, there is no relationship. Boss man, I need you to tell me who you voted for today, fam. Because the way I'm reading your messages, I don't think you're eligible to vote. You know what, boss man? I'm gonna need a Fanta Light, please, bruv. And you're gonna need an assist token, bruv. Because you're digging yourself a deeper hole, blade. I'm sick of you. Fuck off then. Yeah. Reform UK. Keep it. I ain't racist. He said that he wrote it for Reform UK. Nigel Farage and Sir Keir Starmer, I think. No, Sir Keir Starmer was Labour, and yeah, because he won. Yeah, didn't. Yeah, I didn't vote for no one because we're all Mongols. And Rishi Sunak is a rat face cunt. Mate, here's another point I want to touch on. We'll go government real quick. Literally run the fucking government. How the fuck can you trust those guys? It's like, yeah, if you vote for them, you're a nonce anyway. Like, tell me, boss man, who's running reform right now?
I can't talk on there.
You can if you want.
I can do that.
Type in them fucking chat.
Is that how you talk?
Yeah. Well, do you want to come on here then?
No.
Okay, come over there, lad. Yeah. Do you want to have a chat? We're talking about Reform UK at the minute. And this guy named Nuts has told me he's sick of me. Because I said people who vote are Nazis.
Vote for reform.
Yeah, he's voted for Reform. Apparently this Nuts guy. I think he's 12 and his nutsack hasn't dropped yet.
Vote reform. Vote for me. Spud the stud.
Yeah, vote for Spud the Stud. I don't know what sounds worse than Nuts or Spud the Stud.
No, what, mate?
Yeah.
Nice and early.
No, not nice and early.
You got no fillers?
Yeah. Can I get some?
All I was going to do is pack just under the front, the back where the bumper
Can we
goes.
do this when I'm not live?
Leave the rift on
Nuts, you got anything else for me to say? Get the illegals out, little guy. Yeah, little guy. That's how you know he's not sent and dropped yet. Mate, the only person of people that are scared of immigrants are immigrants themselves. What are you trying to say? What's man? I want you to chill out with your little guy shit, blood. Yeah, must be an immigrant calling me Washman. You got anything else to say, boss? Listen here, bub. If you've got anything else good to say, fuck off. And tell me who these illegals are you speak of. You don't want none of this little guy. It's a bit gay, but talking about your dick size like that, you shouldn't really be saying calling it a little guy. I wouldn't. You don't want none of this little guy. He's put further down. You don't want none of this little. You don't want none of this little guy. Shouldn't talk about your penis size like that, blood. You don't want to let people know you've got a little guy. You don't want none of this bum smoke, little man. Fuck off. Nothing else to say, Nuts, so you still chatting shit? What? I know, yeah. He ain't got the knowledge to do that. He ain't got the foresight to do that. You don't want to meet my friend down south. Send him blood. Yeah. You don't want to meet my friend down south. We're in the West Midlands. If you want to give him the petrol money to drive up, B44 fam, it's in the name, right there. Actually, yeah. Actually, I'm not even in fucking B44. I'm down south, fam. Come and say something. Link man blood. I'll fuck him around the car park.
You should say to him, I'm not him, I'm not him.
Nothing else.
No, he's a fuss, he has to bring people in that are imagine.
Down south on my body.
Don't say it was cock.
Why don't you just type what you're talking about? Nuts. Type what you meant in the chat, blood. Type what you meant, blood. Type what you really meant, nuts. Put the word that you was going to say, blood. Don't be nuts, or don't be a fucking faggot. Put what you was going to say. I'm waiting, nuts. You're wasting my time, my valuable time, blood. I want fucking comments, fam. Now, blood. Actually, nuts, get your dick out, man. We're gonna measure a contest, bro. The spirit's going, blood. You know what I mean. Ah, blood. I don't know what you mean, fam. My 7-year-old brother know what you meant. He found it funny, but I don't. I want to know what you meant, bled. Write it down, bled. Boss man. Is that all you can say? Boss man. Boss man. My name ain't Rashid, fam. My name ain't Boss man. Butcher. That's it. What can't you spell it? It's at the top, by the way. You don't want none this. You don't want none this. Told you, man. I will pay for you to go back to primary school if you want me to, bro. Probably wouldn't do you any good, though. Seemed like you couldn't spar from when you was in primary. This guy seems like he never went to school. Nuts, you're boring, pal. You've got nothing good to say. And it's taking you 3 to 4 working days to fucking comment.
Let's say you don't want none.
You done one none tis. I think you might say you don't want none this. I'm not the one hiding behind the fucking rock dressed up as a minion, but I'm not one hiding. I didn't do primary because I'm on road. Oh, road driller. Road driller. The only road you're on, fam, is the fucking corner, bro. Selling your battery hole for £1, fam. Yeah, I didn't go primary because I'm on road. That's how I think you sound, pal. I didn't go primary. He joined YouTube 6 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, nuts. I'm gonna need you to comment back soon, bro. Or I'm gonna have to put you on the notice that put you on timeout again, like I did last time. What's your name? Pablo Tescobar. That's my name. Yeah. What's your name, nuts? You be saying my name and you're begging to stop, lad. I'm gonna South Pole you. Turn you into a little cheese and bean melt. You melt. My name's Butcher. Nuts. Nuts, you're boring, pal. Just say something. I know. Nuts, you got 30 fucking seconds, mate, because you're boring, then you're getting put on timeout again, you get put back on the naughty step. Say something interesting or you get put on the naughty step, lad. Well, giving him a second. I wanted to type something funny, fam, because this guy's not even funny. Why can't we just be friends? Nuts, we're not gonna be friends. I want to see a photo of you. I want to bet you've got no hair, mate. Keep talking about my hair. I reckon you're baldy locks with the 3 hairs. You got 3 hairs and you got a comb over with them 3. Go on, show me your face, bro. Show me your fucking something. Give me your name, so your Instagram or some shit, so I can see what you look like, fam. My PFP is me. What's PFP? We didn't get like a paedophile if that's you, mate. Get back to the video, little guy. Little guy? Fam, you can't even show your own face, that's your profile picture, fam. You've got it as some fucking paedophile looking motherfucker. You might just have a Haribo packet, you can't. Yo! Nuts, I just found a picture of you, bro! Nuts, you fucker! You didn't tell me you look like a paedophile! more. You're out. Nuts! You're a fucking downy! You look like fucking legends, nuts! One of my followers found your IP address and posted a picture of you to me. You're that much of a downy, you live at 10 Downey Street. Please, boss man. Oh, mate, nuts, you're boring me now, fam. Fuck off. You're just boring. Come back, I'll give you... I'm not even giving you any time, fam. You're just boring. I'm not even going to acknowledge you because you're that boring. Right. Well, what shall we do now, then? Keep putting that. My grandma will be mad. What, in her grave? Yeah, yeah. I ain't got that phone set up. Maybe I'll put it on the screen for you so we can see what shit you're trying nuts. My grandma will be mad. I don't give a fuck what your grandma thinks. Your little dosser. Pound Ermins, you old bitch. And then roundhouse kicker. What you need to do is get some respect, roundhouse kicking and put her to bed. Alright guys, we'll be back later. Nothing? Is boring. That's the first instalment of our new series. I can't see it. Oh no, that's me, I changed the screen. Just where the angle of it's sitting, it shows it. Right, so we'll be back later on a gaming stream. Hope you liked the first episode of my conspiracies. Soon we will have a star guest